Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Muslim Council of Hong Kong's Ramadan Reminder 2024. Today we continue reflecting on Allah's name. The name we will be exploring today is Haadi, the guide. I want you to imagine you're in a job interview for your dream job. A lot is at stake. Then they ask you the question you've spent hours preparing for. Describe yourself. You give them the perfect curated response that suits the job description and your most up-to-date skills and talents. I will now want you to think about when Musa alayhi salam was sent to Fir'aun to deliver the message of Islam. Let's set the scene together. Musa is ordered back to the kingdom he grew up in, the one that has escaped from too. The same land ruled by a tyrant known for his brutality, who has an ego so high that he calls himself God. A lot is at stake. When Musa arrives and when Pharaoh speaks, he asks Musa, "Who is the Lord that has sent you?" Musa is tasked with answering the million-dollar questions, not to describe himself, but to describe his Lord. This may be his only chance to describe his Lord. He needs to craft an answer that's concise and comprehensive and cater to the thousands of audience listening. So how did Musa respond? Of the many different attributes and abilities Allah has, Musa chose to describe Allah as Al-Haadi. Here's what he says. قَالَ رَبُّنَا الَّذِينَ أَعْطَى كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلْقَهُ. He's the one who's given us our perfect form. ثُمَّ هَدَى. And then guided it. Allah creating us and many other creation, He did not leave us to our own devices to survive. We're given hands to craft, legs to walk, eyes to see, ears to hear, but what good will they serve if we don't know how to use them? That's why after we're all well crafted, we're also guided to know how to use them. I recently watched a documentary about how children develop. Humans are born with brains at a development level similar to that of primate species. But infants in the first months of their lives have weaker muscle development and cannot move around like any other animals can at the same age. This is so that the bulk of their nutrition and energy goes into growing their brain. Human brains grow much larger and more complex than any other species. That's how we eventually outsmart other animals in the kingdom. Our minds are miracles that even neuroscientists regard as outlier to the theory of evolution today. Also, to prepare us for our next level of guidance, Allah sent us messengers and revelations. In Surah Sajda, Allah mentioned, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنْهُمْ أَئِمَّةً يَهْدُونَ بِأَمْرِنَا لَمَّا صَبَرُوا وَكَانُوا بِآيَاتِنَا يُوقِنُونَ. We raise among them prophets, guiding by our command, where they patiently endure and firmly believe in our signs. Now, it's one thing to be given revelation, and it's another thing to be able to live by it, especially in times when we find ourselves struggling with Islam, which leads me to mentioning the next level of guidance Allah promises us. In Surah Ankabut, Allah says, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. And as for those who guide or who struggle in our cause, we will surely guide them along our way. وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. And Allah is certainly with the good doers. So Allah will guide you to the path of goodness if you put in the effort. So let's put in the effort and call upon Al-Haadi to guide us, because guidance is something that we're guaranteed of as long as we seek it. I will end with this Hadith Qudsi collected in Sahih Muslim. Abu Hurairah anhu reported Rasulullah said that Allah himself has says, قَسَمْتُ الصَّلَاةَ بَيْنَ وَبَيْنَ عَبْدِي نِصْفَيْنِ وَلِعَبْدِي مَا سَأَلَ. This is a response to us even before we read Surah Fatiha in Salah, where Allah says, I've divided prayer, which is referring to Surah Fatiha, between myself and my servant into two halves. And my servant shall have what he has asked for. And then when we go on reading every single ayah, Allah will respond to it. And when we read Ihdina Siratal Mustaqim, Allah responds again, guaranteeing us an accepted dua. Qala hada li abdi. This is for my slave. Wali abdi mas'al. Guaranteed for him is what he has asked for. So to wrap up, Allah guided his creation to survive. Then he, subhanahu wa ta'ala, sent revelation as guidance for us. And he, subhanahu wa ta'ala, also guided us Muslims to follow it. So start reciting Surah Fatiha with Allah Al-Haadi in mind. He's one who's guided you to perfection, guided you to live thus far, guided you to Islam, and guided you to be listening to this reminder. Jazakallah khair for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And make sure to watch tomorrow's episode. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.